the middle of the night. Fantastic. Morning, everybody. My name is Curtis, and here we go with another day of the week. This show, however, whatever, wherever it is, I'm going to do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't know, for the rest of my life, I'm going to assume. And Fridays, I said before I'll do Friday, but that's a lot of days in the week, and I already have so many things to do. So I'm gonna work back towards doing 4 to 5 days a week. If this can become my whole regular job, then fantastic, done. So hey, yeah, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning, everybody. Gotta remember again where the camera is over there. We won't talk about that anymore. What we will talk about is a couple things. One, of course, this is Crash Just Dummies week, all week on Morning Everybody. For no reason whatsoever, really. I kind of ran out of stuff to talk about, more or less. That's fully Crash Test Dummies related. I threw on let's just watch everything. Let's just watch everything on YouTube, and a bunch of interviews played, all kinds of things that are super interesting that I still don't really want to talk about. So I'll still Crash This Dummies story it up, but oddly enough, none of it really came from the hour or more of let's call it research that I did on the fine upstanding Canadian band. And again, before I get to those guys, I don't know why I love doing that. That's what I hate most about any reality show is, hey, check it out. These two are gonna fight. Like, they're gonna pretty much murder each other. Are you ready for it? Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. And they say that a million times, and it's like, that's the thing you showed before. That was it? You were leading up to the exact thing you just showed before? That's not cool. That's not cool. At least I'm just saying, that's, it's at the top of the show. Just saying what we're going to get to later on. No big deal. Let's do something right now. We had a contest. And I know you were like, I watched all the episodes and pretty sure you didn't mention a contest. I didn't know about it either. I just found out about it. Why? Because somebody won. If you find a winner, then there must be a contest somewhere, right? Like, there has to be a contest. It's the only way to explain this winner that's just like, oh, well, there you go. You knew the secret answer. You said the secret answer. You put the secret answer in the right answer hole. I guess it's up to me to find a contest, right? That's my job now. I have to find this person a contest to go with their winnings. And morning, Terry Cormier. Good morning. Good morning. Perhaps it's Terry Cormier. I don't know. Or Cormier. I don't know. I don't have a French accent. I never did. And if I do one, it's as offensive as whichever one of those was the most butchering of Terry's name. But Terry, he went to the YouTube comment section on one of these videos, and he wrote the answer. There was a secret answer, and I didn't know it existed until I saw it, and was like, oh, well, Terry won. Terry won. He wrote, like, I love this show, and it's like part of my playlist. Like, it's part of my day now. Just like the thing, like, I think it was episode 1, I said, what's the point of this show? For this show to be how you get your day going, or just part of your day. Just, like a bowl of cereal when it used to actually be part of a complete breakfast and not the deadly poison that we know it is today. Replace that cereal with a heaping bowl full of... Morning, everybody. It's me. And bacon. You don't have to enjoy bacon, but I know that even if you don't eat bacon, you know that it's the best, right? So, mmm, me. Bacon styled. Is that better or worse? Either way, Terry Cormier, a gift will be on the way. Yes. How? It's easy. I'll tell you. Just listen to what I say. Um, Probably, I'm gonna say, send me your address on Facebook. Just in the messages. Don't write your address on my wall. Again, do people say wall? People don't just, they just say Facebook profile, don't they? Or just on my Facebook. On the Facebook. Remember walls? Remember graffiti? Remember Welcome Back, Cotter? I think that might have even been before my time, but reruns. Yeah, and I'll take your address that goes to your home, and I'll put something in the mail, and you'll get it at your home. I'm pretty sure you know how mail works. But yeah, I'm thinking probably like a postcard, and because I'm super cheap, whatever envelope I can find, a piece of art that size that I'll make of whatever I feel like making, but an original just drawing, maybe markers, maybe some color. We'll see. Maybe watercolor. I don't know. The point is, you won, and that's your prize. You're welcome. You said you like the animations, so I'm going to assume you would like a free piece of art and a postcard that you can either put up on your fridge and be like, check it out, unused, perfect postcard, and you can use it, or keep it there on the fridge forever. Or maybe I'll write stuff on it as if you did get a postcard, but there will be no stamp, and because it'll be like in an envelope without it. You know how mail works, and then maybe I'll give you another one that you can send to a friend and be like, have you heard about this? Have you read about this? It's no such thing as grown-ups. It won't be a morning everybody postcard. I didn't order any of those, but no such thing as grown-ups is the podcast that I also do. So if you want like this, except for an hour or 40 minutes usually, with another person and crazy improv skits, that exists. It's let's put the address here, and down in the not the comments, the info, the description below, there's links to the store, the website, the podcast, and I think one that goes directly specifically to my poetry book. Sometimes I rhyme. A little turtle. There's a poem about a turtle in there. And yeah, it's just poems and drawings that you can enjoy. If you would rather get like a signed version with a sketch in it, write that in the comments below, and I'll set something like that up somewhere, where I can just process orders myself, get them, keep them in a closet, sign them, and send them out, instead of you ordering them from. Let's not talk about this. That's not fun. It's Terry Cormier's birthday over here. He won. So anyway, it's too late. The contest is over, but please do as the Cormier do and go to the comments, like, subscribe, share, and bribe a friend to listen to watch this, because this isn't the podcast. This is the visual show. So this is my face. These are my hand movements that just don't stop. I wish I could. No matter how many notes I make, I just can't stay on them. Aside from Terry Cormier, how many more times can I say your name? It's going to be a few. You've just become the Kevin J. Forbes of this show. What's a Kevin J. Forbes? If you listen to No Such Thing as Grown-Ups, he's the Terry Cormier of No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. He showed up and he was a crazy super fan, or we forced him to be because he knew who we were and he didn't know we were going to be there, and he was like, "This is amazing." Well then, you're the star now, and now we're stalking you, and now I have my own another Kevin J. Forbes. I'm sure maybe he does watch this. Hi, Kevin J. Forbes. But Terry Cormier, you're the new first to this thing. Because I don't know, I guess Kevin was too busy becoming an animator or whatever he's doing, becoming an artist, Vine star, wrestling, for probably money. Let's hope for money. Yeah, not wrestling for heroin. Come on, Kevin J. Forbes. Don't wrestle for heroin. Be more like Terry Cormier, who I'm going to assume is some sort of artist or art aficionado. Enough about Terry Cormier. It's Crash Test Dummies week. What time? For what I want to talk about, the worm cartoon would have been perfect for today's episode. I already used it though. Again, another reason to only do 3 episodes a week is I've done a lot of animations, and 4 a week is still quite a few. And well, I got to get into a good groove where I can have some time to do my own new animations. But I have, like I said, so much to do. At one point, I liked Crash Test Dummies, and most people were like, "Oh, you like Crash Test Dummies?" Yeah. Oh. I don't know a lot of the music you like, but I don't look at you like there's something wrong with you. Oh, isn't he the guy who's like, "Hey, how's it going there? I'm gonna sing this song." Yeah, he's the guy with the crazy deep voice. Is that wrong? Is that what? Am I not supposed to like that? Is it good enough? I feel like it's good enough. Even better than good enough? And I don't know. It seemed like that was one of those things. Oh, you still play with Batman action figures? No, I have them lined up and strategically posed to look cool when I look at my shelf, and I can enjoy my shelf. Like this one. There's me. There's Batman. There's another me over there. Good time. Ernie Hudson. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened. It just seemed like all of a sudden this Worms Life song came out, or the single, and I felt like I bought the disc, and I started listening to it, and I loved it. And the only song that I was skipping was this song. Like, I don't want to think about teeth being pulled. Everything about this is just not. I mean, thank you, ma'am, but I don't drink tea, so clearly this is not my cup of tea, is a roundabout way of saying it just wasn't my cup of tea. And it was everywhere. Like, all of a sudden it was like Crash Test Dummies. Oh, like, hey, isn't that band? Everybody listens to that band that you like now. That song, it's my favorite song now. It's the only song I know, though. Like, it's the only song that I don't like. And that's the way a lot of things go. It's just, sometimes you roll out of bed and you're like, what's the worst mistake that I could make today? Is it getting out of bed and actually entering the world of possible traumas, pitfalls, and decisions, and also maybe parties and fun things and adventures and people and the world and life, etc. Remember yesterday, guys? I was weird for liking this music, and now today I'm weird because I still have an opinion, but it's about the thing that's just still wrong. Like, everybody likes, but it's fine. It's like, I don't hate this song. It's not the worst song in the world. It's just like, out of all of these songs that I have to pick from, I only have like 1 or 2 that I skip over, and somehow that's like just being jammed in every possible sound hole that you could have. And I don't know, I feel bad. Like, I don't know, I saw an interview there with Brad Roberts, and he was just like, I realized, it's like, I don't know anything. I listened to a podcast that he did, but it was mostly about music stuff, and I'm like, you really love music, and I don't understand most of the things you're saying. And in this one interview, he just said, like, I always said I'll never write a love song. And then they're just like, why? I was just like, he's just not that kind of guy. Like, he just wouldn't do that. And then one day he wrote this song, and I don't remember ever listening to this song, but I'm sure I had it or still do on a disc somewhere. And he was like, yeah, this song just, it had to be written, and there it was. And I came in and everybody was just like, Brad, what's going on? Are you on drugs? Are you on ecstasy, Brad? And it's like, no, I wrote this song. And there it was. Like, I don't know. That's the most interesting thing that I heard today when in all of my research. I didn't know that he was kind of oh, no, I really do just kind of focus on music and I'm not like a lovey-dovey kind of guy. It's like, no, you seem like I don't know, like Chewbacca. Like, you just seem like a huggable, lovable, like, I don't know, like, aren't you guys just a little family? But maybe I'm just getting that because of that First Noel video where they sing the First Noel and they are just a family, but they're not. They're a band. Bands don't... Let's watch a cartoon about something. I don't know what. We'll see. And hold on to your butt. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. And we're back. And when I go out with artists, maybe I can get to know them personal. Hey. Bennett. Another Crush This Dummies song is a terrifying memory for me. What? How is a song a terrifying... I'll explain. Calm down, me and the other camera. Again, I felt like I was definitely not too young to listen. There was nothing weird or anything, but I was so terrified of some things because it's like, what does this mean? What is he talking about? And one of the songs on one of the albums is when I go out with artists and all the weird things about them that it's like I don't even know what to do. But like, aren't you an artist? Like, you're a musician. But then he lists all the things that they know about. And I'm just like, oh, cool. I guess I can't be an artist because I don't know what you're talking about either. And you wrote the song. And am I one of these people? Like, what is Glenn what? And the whole what family? I don't know. Like, what is an artist then? Like, this sounds like weird intellectual, just people reading books about art. I'm not one of those people. I've been to galleries, and most of the time I'm like, excellent. I'm gonna go anywhere else and draw instead, or do anything. I appreciate that they did this, and I looked at it, but I don't know. Without them here to tell me the story of why this exists, for the most part, I'm just like, well, if I gotta just guess myself, I'll just go make up my own thing with my own story. Yeah, maybe that's narcissistic, but that's why artists exist, I think, because they do have their own little weird way of going, excellent, I want to be that too, i.e., hey, I like these cartoon cats growing up, I want to be one, so I was, and I still am. I'll make more, and he'll probably be another style next time he comes around. Either way, it just conjures these images that it's like there is no way. And again, just like the last episode we talked about Duck's life, I'm not going to dissect the whole thing because the show is almost over once again, and I haven't actually really started to get to my notes, which are literally like 4 things written on a page. Nothing. Maybe that doctor was right. Maybe, again, it's my gift, it's my curse. I'll fill a half hour for better or for worse. And the I don't know, the artist life that existed, I mean, I never saw it. For one, I went to animation school, so it's very different from this kind of weird, specifically like these artsy poets and classical painters that he brings up. I don't know. I don't know about any of those. I don't know much about most of those things. But at a certain point, it's like, yeah, I've heard them referenced mostly in The Simpsons, I think, and now I can piece the whole song together. And it's like, oh, this isn't that bad. It just basically says like, those weren't necessarily just like artists. They were just pretentious jerks, and yeah, it's fine. Because I have been in like I ended up in the world of that song at one point. This kind of goes hand in hand with the origin of why fantastic is how we start the morning, is again in building up this show and trying to figure out like why do I want to do this? Well, there are all these things in my life that I want back, or I want to add it in, or I want to create, and I'm gonna put it all together, and it's gonna be a delightful pickup truck and Autobot. Uh, but no, basically, I'm just like I want to take these things and I want them to be something that I do every day. I think it might have been just so many. Like I've made lists and lists and lists. Like what am I trying to make? What do I want to do? And once you clear away all the pieces that are just like, well, this is what I feel like I'm supposed to have, and this is the things that everybody is looking for, but when I end up with what's left, it's like, yeah, it's going to be me, morning, and memories. You don't need to stick with alliteration if it's going to end with a few seconds of dead air. Just say any word. Um, uh, when I don't know, it was like my favorite morning start for a while was like when I got my first job, and I was so excited, like just so excited to have this job and be part of the world. And it wasn't until I did like my first taxes and I was like, "Ow, I'm terrified. What do I do? They want my information. I don't have anything to tell them. What? Like, am I going to tax jail?" And Al was like, "Let me see. This is how much you made." Yeah, yeah. That's like. So what do I do? Don't worry about it at all. The government, they don't care about you. They probably hate you. Really, you're nothing. You're garbage. What? I have a job. I make good money. Like I make good money. No, you don't. You've had a job that pays half decently for very little time. You don't exist. You could probably not pay taxes at all. Probably wait till next year. Really, if you, no big deal. They won't care. They won't care. You're nothing. Aside from that, it was great to have my first job. It was technically in animation. Started out like kind of doing some web animation. Eventually went into TV and this and that. But even at these days, it was just like you're getting paid to animate. Like yes, I have a place to live. I get to do this thing, and it exists in the world where people can see it, not just me in my own head. And I like there was an actual like an office manager. So when you came in, you could like be greeted by somebody, and then you go into wherever office or open area, and whatever desk was free for the first while was just pretty much where I sat. But I would go in, and every day, Alex would just be like, "Hey," and she just realized like no matter what, her day could just be like slightly brightened, and I realized that my day could be slightly brightened, just by simply stopping in front of her desk and just waiting for a few seconds. And a few days, it was just like she's already on the phone. There's nothing. There's no way. I'll have to go back later because now I'm addicted to this, and I think she is too. I would stop and just be like, "Morning," or "Hey," and then she'd be like, "Oh, how's it going, Kooks?" And I'd be like, "Fantastic." And then away I'd go, or just do like a little show. I'd just be like, "Fantastic." I don't know why, whatever. Like I, again, kind of just started talking to people in the world, and I was at the thing that I tried to do for so long. I was doing it, and she called me Kooks because another person there was just like, "I feel like your name isn't Curtis. I feel like it should be something different, something longer, something bigger." And she came up with Kokaliekoo, and it's just like, what's happening? Oh, when I go out with artists, they're different and weird. And she decided, yeah, I'm gonna call you Kokaliekoo from now on. And Alex was like, I like that. I'm also going to call you Kokaliekoo from now on. And the point was to make it longer and bigger. And somehow it's like, well, we don't have time for that, so I became Kooks. And I'm fine with that. It was pretty fun, whimsical, had a good time. There was nothing wrong with it. But the crux, or the crutch of the story, the linchpin, is it felt great starting my day by saying everything is fantastic, because it was, and things usually are. it's all just whatever mindset you have on whatever's ahead of you or behind you, and it, for the most part, can be fantastic no matter what, because everything in my life that at the time seemed like this is the worst is usually my favorite story to tell. So you take the good, you take the bad, and there you got Joe and Blair. Joe and Blair, and Tootie, and Mrs. G, and also George Clooney. Hey, why did that happen? So that song terrified me, and Alex was, let's say, well, she was fairly artsy or whatever, but she was like friends with these, like, the artists, like the ones from the song. Like when I went to this party, it was just like, what's happening right now? And people were dressed like how hipsters dress today, except that wasn't a thing back then. It was just how weird underground artists dressed, and then people that were just dressed like whatever, and everything was just so like, is this one of those open free love, like, are we gonna, like, are the police gonna show up? I've only seen so many movies, and uh-oh, something went off somewhere, and I'll check that later. Hopefully it wasn't a terrible you gotta do this right away thing from work, because when I get the show edited before I go to sleep. Yeah, let's just, we had a good time, I think. We talked about a Worm's life, going out with artists, and our good friend, the winner, Terry Cormier. He's starting his morning just right. And I hope you are too. And the only way to know, to really solidify that, is to either, get my logo tattooed on your body somewhere, or go to the comments. They're just right down there. And write what's happening. What are you feeling? I was terrified. The episode called Autism or Asperger's is Asperger's, because usually when I do something like that, people jump down my throat and say, "Oh, you shouldn't do something like that. That's one of those things you're supposed to avoid. Why don't you understand that?" I don't know. Listen, watch that whole episode, and maybe you'll get your answer there. Sometimes I just need to say things, and so I do. And since nobody is in this room to say, maybe pull it back. Let's put on a seatbelt, strap you in, and get a little Hannibal Lecter mask, and just quiet down. Just quiet down, like, or let me just take 1/2 hour of the day. Maybe I'll go a little over, maybe I'll go a little under, and just use it. I'm just gonna take it. I've given a lot of time to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. I've worked very late. I've stayed all night long doing so many things, to a point where when I was leaving the studio, or there was times at the meetings where they were like, "Hey guys, you ever notice how like your scenes have these cool little camera moves on them sometimes, or these little like shing shines and effects that weren't there before, or lighting or shading?" Yeah, I thought that was weird. Where did that come from? Well, sometimes it's just too late and scary for Curtis to go home at night, because the shift ends at 2 in the morning. So instead of going home, he waits for the bus to come at like 7 in the morning, and just goes through everybody's scenes like a little Keebler elf or shoe elf, and just does stuff to all of them. So yeah, he's a ninja mater, and that was a pretty fun little title to have. And that's what's happening. And then when I left, they said, like, all right, guys, like, you're going to have to kind of take care of yourself, because the ninja mater that comes, the terror that flaps in the night, the baloney that, I don't know, fries up in the pan, Darkwing Duck, he's gone. Like, he's gone. I can't, and I was like, I still worked there for a while, but like, I can't access all your work anymore. I can't go to your desk and grab your things when you've done nothing with it to put it in the right place. 4 seconds left. Hey, be good. Be careful. Always label your scenes properly, or whatever kind of artwork you do that has to get passed on to somebody else. Don't stab anybody. And I'll tell you some more origin stories of why other things in this show are things in this show. And you're a winner, Terry Cormier. Stay tuned, winner. Click on my butt or Ripley's butt to subscribe. Click on my butt. 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 Click on my butt.